Hello everyone, welcome to Hobbyist Fish Keeper. I am Will and today's video is going to be a scape off video. About a month ago I challenged Fun Fishology to a scape off and she said yes. So today's video is going to be my rendition of a guppy tank scape. After you've watched my video, click in the description down below, there'll be a link to her channel and you can watch her video straight after this. Share the love. Give a sub if you're not already subbed to either of our channels. Leave any comments down below. If you want to leave some votes in the description as well and we can tally them up at the end, thank you very much for leaving your vote in mine because it's obviously going to be the best. And bring it on, Fun Fishology. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some aquarium soil. This is JBL aquarium soil. This is the first time I've used this for a substrate because I normally don't do planted tanks, or should I say I normally don't do very well with planted tanks, but I've been reading up on substrate to try and get them a little bit more healthy. So I'm going to start off with the soil and then I'm going to top it off with some pea gravel. Now I've just put the aquarium soil in and I've got a lovely little stone. It's got a nice little hole in it. I'm going to put that to one side, anchor it in a little bit. Soil. I'm going to top this off with some pea gravel, give it a nice layer. Now don't worry, I know what you're thinking, it's not washed that gravel, it's going to be really dusty, and you're right. But if you watched my video last week, I did a review on a hang-on back filter by All Pond Solutions, so I'm going to pop this down on it for 24 hours just to clear it up. Obviously I am using a sponge filter though. So there you go, 24 hours later, as you can see all the dust has settled and been sucked up by that hang-on filter. Still a few bubbles, but I'll get them in a second. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add some JBL clay balls. Now these are for the plants, they add nutrients to the roots. I'm just going to put these in every few inches or so, push them right down, cover them back up. I'm only going to put about 3 in it. This side. And now I'm going to start off with the swords, the big sword plants. I'm going to start off with the taller ones and I'm going to push them towards the back of the aquarium. Push these roots right down. A very nice grass. Now I don't know all the names of these plants, but I do like this grass. I think I've got enough in way of tall plants now, so I'm going to start off with the smaller ones and fill in some of the gaps at the rear. And when I bought these plants, they actually came in much bigger bunches than this, so I've just split them up into smaller little bunches. red ones to add some colour. So I'll just give you some close-ups before I go through what I've got in the tank. The issue I did have with it was it is on top of my fish rack and it's pretty hard to scape on a ladder. No excuses though, and as you can see I won't be giving up my day job. I'm pretty crap at scaping really. So there you go. I'll do a general sweep and then I'll go into what I put into the tank. They all seem happy enough. So let's go through the tank then. And so there's the finished product. My interpretation of a planted guppy tank. So I started off with JBL aqua soil, topped that off with a pea gravel, and in the aqua soil I also put some JBL clay balls for plant nutrients and things like that. The plants that we've got in there, we've got, I think there's 3 standard sword plants. We've got, now you'll have to forgive me, I'm really crap with these kind of Latin names, but we've got a couple of Cryptococcrin in there. We've got a Cyperus Helferi or Helferi. That's the tall grass one on the left hand side, which kind of blocks out the sponge filter. I wish I'd got more of the tall grasses actually, I quite like them. And then we've got some Rosifolia mini ones, so they're the 2 little red plants towards the front of the tank. And then we've got I think it was called a rainbow stone that had a hole drilled through it, so that's at the left hand side. I think that's pretty cool to be honest. I've watched them swimming through the hole. And then the guppies that we've got in there, Russian blues they were labelled as. I believe one of the females was already pregnant when I bought her because I did have them in a holding tank, and now I've got about 30 guppy fry in there, and there's a couple of other little guppy fry that's in this tank already as well. They seem pretty happy, and yeah, that is my my interpretation of the guppy tank. So let's see if Fun Fishology can match me or better me. Bring it on, girl. Only joking. I had real fun doing this, to be honest. I hope she has as well, and we'll do a follow-up video pretty soon. But there you go, don't forget to go in the description below and click on the link to her interpretation. Leave a like, leave a comment, share the love and give a sub, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.